dear listener, good morning. Happy Saturday. Well, if you're like me, you're not used to waking up Saturday morning and not having Game Changers radio to listen to. It has been a staple or a Saturday morning ritual, as it came to be known. And over the last couple of years, Craig, Irene, and for a little bit of that time, myself, really took pride in the fact that we became that thing that everyone looked forward to on a Saturday morning, talking about what was happening in the radio industry. Now, lately, of course, that's been taken over by Kyle and Jackie O Talk. But trust me, there are so many other amazing stories to talk about in radio, in Australia, and all around the world. So we're going to do that for you. We're creating a new Saturday morning ritual, and it is going to be the quarter hour, but we'll go a bit longer. Maybe it'll be like the half hour, something like that. Each week, we're going to have a guest host who's going to join us, and that guest host is going to bring a perspective about radio, give their sharp opinions, and challenge your thinking. But first up, we thought it's best to serve the Kyle fans. So while we get ready for our very first Saturday morning episode next week, we're going to give you the Kyle cast in your feed this morning because we know that this is a good place to put a full stop on all the Kyle chat in this podcast. From now on, you can just go to the Kyle cast every Saturday morning and Bella will do an amazing job keeping you updated with all things Kyle Sandilands Live, while Liam, myself, and a mystery other person will be joining us to talk about radio in Australia and all around the world on the quarter hour Saturday morning ritual. So, for now, just enjoy the first episode. Bella has got a great chat with Brooklyn Ross. He says some really interesting things about how he got from ARN into Kyle's world and how he told Jackie the news. So if you're interested in that, stay listening. Otherwise, Liam and I will be back on Monday morning for our Monday meeting. But for now, have a good Saturday.
Kyle announced his contract had been terminated.
Kyle Sandilands had his $100 million contract torn up.
Kyle Sandilands and his golden microphone have returned.
This is the unofficial, official fan podcast.
The launch of his new subscription show, plagued by technical problems.
Talking all things Kyle. Get the mics on. The king of Australian media. Let's go. This is the Kyle Cast with your host, Bella Frizzer.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Kyle Cast. For those who don't know me, my name is Bella Frizzer and I am probably one of the biggest Kyle Sandilands fans you will ever meet. So hence I was approached to do this podcast, which I was very excited about. Now, just a little bit about me. If you don't know, I am a radio gal. So I have worked in radio for the last 15 years. I grew up in Sydney and I went to the Australian Film, Television and Radio School there and then got placed in a job in Bega, which is kind of halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. And yes, that's where they make the cheese. Pretty much the only thing that goes on there. So like Kyle, I did regional radio and then I ended up in Brisbane at B105 for a little bit as a casual announcer, and then I got the gig as full-time afternoons announcer at CFM on the Gold Coast. And I've been there for 13 years. The last 2 years I've pulled back and just doing casual though because I am a mum to my 4-year-old boy. I've also been a Married at First Sight as well. Don't hold it against me. Season 3, apparently I was the pioneer of the dinner parties though, is what some of the experts tell me. Because before then we only had one dinner party for the whole season. And now obviously they're based around the dinner parties, the show. But I think mainly because I was one of the first people to ask like a crazy question at the dinner party. So I asked the other contestants if they had been intimate yet with their partner, and it didn't go down very well, which I'm sure Kyle would be happy, and pretty proud of me for. So anyways, so excited that you are here. Now we do have the one and only Brooklyn Ross, Kyle's newsreader, popping on today. I'm so excited to chat to him. But before we do, let's get into the top 3 biggest moments of the week.
This is the Kyle Cast with your host, Bella Frizzer.
So for one of them, I actually think it was the moment that they came on air for the very first time. It was Monday morning. We were all waiting. I was about to start crying because I was so excited, so emotional that after 6 months of not knowing if we'd ever hear Kyle on the air again, here he was, with this incredible opener playing in front of us. And it was like, and the golden mic is on.
The golden microphone is on.
Well, hi. We're off to a clunky start, everyone. Hi, Brooklyn. Welcome.
But seriously, this is one of my favorite parts of the week because it shows the realness of this and how calm was Kyle when he jumped on the air then. Like, oh, hey, everyone, we've got a little bit of something going on here. But he was so calm. And like, as myself an announcer, if that would have happened to me, I would have been stressing out, but he handled it so well as everyone else, Brooklyn and Mary. Everyone was ready to go. And, the other thing that I love about this, and I've spoken to a few of the fans about it, is that they probably weren't ready to go on Monday. But, Kyle was so keen to press play and to get back to us that he just made it happen. And that is a true pro and something that I think really needs to be commended. Like, there was so many people there that made that operation come to life. And yes, they have their audio problems, which most of us don't care about, even though I've seen some of you in the chat on the app. But, I think it's just one of those things that they're ironing out as they go. And you know what? I would rather have Kyle on the air ironing out as we go, as opposed to not having him at all. And also, it's just been so fun. I mean, let's talk about Alfie when he was spinning the wheel and it literally came off.
Give it a whirl.
Ready?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's...
Shit!
What?
What happened?
I got whacked in the head, cuz. The wheel fell apart.
Just the show would not be what it is without these moments, and it makes them real. It makes them, they're not AI. Like, there is so much AI getting around in this world right now. Like, this is the realest show you will hear on the air, and I just love that Kyle is rewriting. Like, we're witnessing history right now. Like, I just feel so honored that we are in the presence of the most incredible, what we would call like a jock and like an announcer, performer, whatever you would call Kyle. He is the greatest radio guy we will ever see during our lifetime. So I am just so here for all of it. All of the stuff ups, all the things, like how they got his uncle on and he didn't know if he was talking to Kyle or not. Like, it just adds to the carniness of the show, as Kyle would say. But I just feel like as well, the ensemble cast have just been so incredible. Mary, for the first day, I think there was a few people in the chat kind of like, oh, we haven't really heard much from Mary. And she was I feel she was very nervous on that first day. And I mean, anyone would be, right? You're going into a place where everyone has these relationships already. They've been working together, the dream team, for like 10 years. So they've got these relationships, they've got this, connection already, and she's coming in and trying to find her place, and especially with Kyle on the air. So it was very interesting to hear day one compared to the end of the week. And, she was telling some incredible stories towards the end of the week and actually made me laugh out loud a few times.
I had a friend who's he's like a tradie, he's like a really simple, easygoing guy.
Yeah.
And very straight. Anyway, and he was single for a while and he had to go to the doctors and get a checkup. And anyway, he rang me afterwards and he was like, oh, something really embarrassing happened. I just have to tell someone. And I was like, yeah, go for it. He's like, some of the doctors, and he's like, just keep in mind, I haven't had sex for 6 months. Right. And I was like, all right, I'm keeping it in mind. Okay. Yes. And he's like, anyway, he said, so he wanted to check. So he's like holding my penis, and he was like,
that seems unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, I think it was something to do, like, he was worried he wasn't peeing properly.
Right. Okay.
So it was like a urethra thing. And anyway, so he goes, and then I got hard. And I was like,
the guy got hard because the doctor had his dick in his hand.
But I said, because I was like, was the doctor like a hot lady? And he's like, I have to be honest, it was like an old Asian man.
I think she's done incredible to come in and, apart from that day one where there was teething problems going on all over the place, she's really fit in really well. And I love that she just gives her opinions and she's really coming out of her shell. So I'm really excited to see what we, are going to hear from her over the next few weeks as she becomes more and more confident within that space. And I think as well, Kyle's been and Brooklyn just been giving her such great space to talk and to really feel into her on-air personality. And I'm just so excited for it all. Another big moment of the week was obviously Chris Fade coming in. Oh my God, another incredible announcer that we haven't really had much to do with as people who live in Australia, because he is in the UAE on air there in Dubai and biggest radio show there. He's absolutely killing it every way possible. But it was really interesting hearing him speak about how he was offered the Kyle and Jack gig after they had left.
When that gig came up, it's the dream gig.
It's a
for
great
me.
gig.
The dream gig. It's like I started my radio career in ARN at the Edge 96.1.
Yeah, the Edge. That's right. That was a rocking station.
Yeah,
mate.
so my studios used to be across from, at the time, it was Mix 106.5.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? And
the Celine Dion station.
yeah, but that station still was like, oh, that's where I want to end up one day. Then it flipped it to Kiss, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, that's the station.
Yeah, but that
and,
became electrifying, that whole brand.
and then Kyle and Jackie, obviously, the biggest show of radio, of not only in Australia. That's the thing with you guys. People know you around the world when it comes to just radio.
Honestly, he is such a pro. I mean, just listening to those two banter on air, I felt Kyle was really, really relaxed with him and warm. And it was a really good chat because it was almost just like hearing Kyle talk to one of his best mates, which we don't always get to hear. You're hearing him talk to the producers and to listeners, but hearing him talk to someone who he obviously really trusts and admires as well, it was a really like a softer side to him. And I just love that we are seeing all facets of Kyle on the air right now. Like the no censor is just the best because, I mean, there would be minutes there where we wouldn't have heard like what he said. It would be a minute of the beep, and it was just like it was quite hard on the ears at some stage. But it's so good to hear what Kyle is actually saying and what everyone else is saying. It's just like real life banter, which I love.
Yeah, $10,000 cash. I'm giving it away for anyone.
His money.
All right, it's my money, legit. Okay, so what you got to do is you've got to recommend a friend right now to subscribe to KS Live. All right, so tag him in the comments below. Once they've actually subscribed, send the proof, DM it to us.
Chris also gave away is giving away the 10K. So make sure if you do have a friend that you're referring that you get involved in this because, oh my God, that 10K, like I actually wanted to enter and I was like, no, I'm going to leave it to someone else who really needs that 10K. But that is a pretty amazing prize. He's putting that in out of his own pocket. And it's just such an exciting time. Like I just can't believe this. I can't believe that we're witnessing history. And I'm just so excited to see what comes. But the entire week, it's been so incredible to see, Pedro back on the air after a couple of years of him not being involved. No, but yeah, Josh, like Nao's really stepping into her EP role. It's just all such an exciting time. And I'm really excited to see it all unfold as we move forward. But look, I think that's enough from me. I think we can get Brooklyn in now. I know that's why you guys are here. You want to hear from our favorite newsreader, and he does not hold back in this chat. It is such a special 30 minutes that I have with him. So I hope that you enjoy it, and I will speak to you soon.
You're listening to the Kyle Cast with your host, Bella Frizzer.
So let's have a chat. I'm so excited to have you, Brooklyn Ross. Welcome to the very first episode of the Kyle Cast.
Oh, what a privilege to be here on episode 1. Did you ask Kyle? Did he say no?
Didn't ask him. Came straight to you, babe.
He probably would have said yes, Bella.
Do you reckon?
Oh, he's done everyone's podcast, I'm sure. Another one he would have done.
I'll tell him my fave sex position. Tell him. So
good. We've all been following your videos. Like we always see them and we always talk to each other. Like, oh, Bella's done another video. But it's been so nice because we know if you do a video, it's going to be something positive and great. So we've loved you.
Oh, thank you, Brooklyn. That means so much. I mean, I love you guys. Like I've listened since before you when it was Jeff Field and I think it was Emma Duxbury and since I was like a little teen in my room with a Walkman on. So no, it's like the pleasure's all mine.
Oh.
Now this is a random story for you before we get into it. We actually met at the Radio Awards in Sydney a few years ago.
Oh,
You
yeah?
probably don't remember. I had blonde hair.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I don't
I
remember."
don't see now the Bella that I know now and what you've been doing lately. I probably have separated them, but Acras. I mean, honestly, me at an Acras, out of control. Like, so
Same, babe.
I don't know what we said. Please, don't repeat it. Whatever it was.
Oh, I was just fangirling. I was just like, love you. And you're like, so good. I was like, I'm Bella. We were on the same level. Don't worry. Anyways, look, the greatest news.
How sad is it that the Acras aren't happening anymore? Like,
Oh,
that was honestly that, and I said it to my other friends in radio. Like at that moment, I was like, okay, but this is different for radio now. Like, I know it's just an award show, but when us as an industry couldn't even justify putting on one night a year to sort of celebrate what we all do, that was like, wow, things are turning here. Where the all the things everyone got into radio for and loved about radio, just the financial environment. It's sad and it's changing. So that's why I am so supportive of Kyle. In a way, it's like possibly the best thing that could have happened to him because the industry really is struggling, and if he can make Kyle Sandilands Live work, subscription model, not reliant on advertising, then hallelujah. Like it's the craft that we all love of radio financed in a different way. And it's not ABC government reliance. It's not reliant on advertising. It's, tenant the user pays. And so far, so good. It's working wonders.
Oh, it's the no ads is just, it's wild. And, I was saying this morning, it's just so much more content like from you guys, which is what we want, right?
Bella, sitting in a room for 4 hours with a song and songs are short now, 2-minute song. That's your one break for, potentially an hour or two.
Yeah.
It's different. I'll tell you what, like it's a long shift,
Yeah.
but there were tech issues to start with. We all heard them. And I think the show that started off the first few days, the not having songs and not having other elements was a lot to do with the tech issues. Like Kyle knew things like that weren't working so well. So he avoided them and just kept talking. But once all that comes and he's very comfortable and can trust that other elements like that will work, then it will become more like the show was in the past with callers, competitions, lots of songs, like all of it. So my 4 hours straight nonstop talking won't be so hectic.
It must be exhausting. Like it's a big, 3 hours on air for me is a lot. Like 4 for you nonstop being on all the time.
It's the nonstop element. Like just as a radio host, like we all, the mics go off, the ads play, news plays or whatever, and you can just get a breather. But that doesn't exist.
You're doing well.
So it's very different.
You're doing well. Let's talk about what everyone is talking about, really. And so, as you said earlier, like from when you decided you were going to leave KISS to come to Kyle, walk us through that, because it was like you'd resigned on Friday, yeah?
I resigned. I ended with KISS on Friday, just gone, and then was very, very lucky to have started on Monday with Kyle's show. And that's, thanks to ARN and Kyle pulling his behind the scenes strings, which he loves to do. So I'm very appreciative that, because that's, the way I look at it is that I loved being on the Kyle Jackie O show, and I was on it for 12 years and expected it to go for another 9 years, and I would have been there the whole time. And Jackie left, obviously, but one thing she has always made clear is that she didn't want the show to end, and she was surprised by that. She didn't want to take that away from Kyle, no matter what they had going on amongst themselves. She knew how much that meant to Kyle, and she didn't want that. She didn't want Kyle to be fired, the show to end, or anything like that. And so it was definitely a tough decision. Like, I am not taking sides or trying to show support to one or the other. Like, I really feel like I'm a child in the middle of a divorce, and no matter what the two parents have going on, you love them both kind of unconditionally. So I came back to, well, if the show hadn't ended, I would still be doing it. Jackie wouldn't be there, and the show would just continue on. And so when I was, there's a lot going through my mind of, do I stay at ARN? Do I go? And it pretty much boiled down to that everyone who has listened to me for so long and who supports me is most likely going to, sign up to Kyle. And I just wanted us all to be together and to be speaking to, the fans of the show. So, yeah, I'm glad in a way that I did get to work to the very last day at ARN, because I also, ARN was the company that employed me, and there was a lot of good people there, and I wanted to do the right thing. And I really did try to, give that Kyle and Jackie O audience just somewhere to be after the show ended, and to feel in a safe place, to give them some familiarity. Like, I was actually quite passionate about doing that. And so, yeah, I feel like I worked to the very last day and did as best a job as I could. But I think I had to go with Kyle.
So with the audio piece that we saw on air, you were like, I'm going to be staying at KISS. I'm not joining Kyle. What was that about?
Yeah.
Had you just re-signed with them?
No, I didn't re-sign. Because Kyle's questioned me about this too. Everyone wants to know about this.
Tell us
Fair
the
enough.
goss.
And fair enough too. I need to explain. So
Yeah.
what happened is that Kyle had sort of said to me, because we were definitely chatting over the months after he left here and there. I went and visited him at Australian Idol one night, watched the show get recorded. And he'd said to me, he's like, look, I think I'm going to, thinking about launching my own thing. He's like, I don't know, budget-wise, he'd lost this huge contract, right? And he's trying to get back on the air and make some money for himself, let alone give everyone else jobs. And he's like, look, once it, gets firing, I'll definitely want you over there. And I was like, yep, fair enough. That sounds great. And then, but neither of us had sort of said anything like that publicly. And then I think it was on Game Changers, he went onto a podcast and said, oh, there'll be no Jackie on my new show. There'll be no Brooklyn. So he had actually put it out there first, like the day before. And then at KISS, it was kind of like, I think it was the week before the end of survey. So you're always looking for just something to do that generates a bit of a headline or something. And
Okay, yeah.
And then also I kind of, I wanted Kyle to know that, hey, I am still here. And you might think you don't need me on the new show, but hey, I'm here. And so I hadn't heard from him. Oh, there's my dog. I hadn't heard from him for, a week or two before he said that on the podcast. I said, oh, you could have let me know that was coming. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, if I say this, Kyle might say it and it might, twig his mind. And lo and behold, he messaged me that night. He's like, "Oh, what's this announcement about? You know you're coming eventually." But we had a laugh about that on air this week. So I had never re-signed with Kiss. All I actually said was that, ended up not being true, but I said I won't be on Kyle's new venture.
Yes.
Which is something he had said. So yeah, that's all.
He
I was
said you
doing.
were on a good wicket at Kiss.
I didn't think he wanted to be responsible for more people not knowing for sure that what he was going to do would work. Like he was happy to give people jobs that have been made redundant, but everyone else, like me, intern Pete, Croat Nat, who have these good jobs that are continuing, he didn't want to be the one to say, "Oh, can you quit that and just come with me? And I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see." And I totally understood that. And so for all of us, it's very strange. Like Pete, Nat, me, and others too, other producers. Like, yeah, we were there. We took those jobs and we stayed in that job because we just loved the show so much. So to continue on not on the show is very hard. And eventually that feeling of FOMO is what made me like reach out to Kyle about a week before the show launched. And I was like, "Mate, if subscribers are going well, like if it's at all possible, I just want to be there from show one. Like I don't want to be doing a show, some other show, like be your competitor in any way. Like that just would suck." So I kind of listed out a bit of a pitch of the things I could bring, and it's more than just on air. Like it's a startup, so anything that anyone can do to help. So I was like, I can do this, I can do that. And then he's like, "Yeah, all right, let's try to do it."
Were you worried because he'd already brought Mary in to be the newsreader, or?
Yeah, I guess so. But I think like Mary, really, I think Mary's primary purpose is to bring like the female perspective, like that obviously there was the big hole there from Jackie. So,
sure,
to me, and that's why she's still valuable now, is because there's a lot of boys in that office, and to have another girl in there is a huge benefit. So yeah, and it's worked out well. I mean, I love it too because it's sort of at times I can just over the 4 hours straight, you could just hand over to Mary and stay quiet for a bit. So I think if it had just been one of us, either me or Mary, it would be a really tough, tough job because of the amount of all of us relying on each other. Like Kyle with just one other person in that role, it would have been harder for him. So I think the three is actually is a really good dynamic.
Yeah. Nice. Look, it's perfect. And so cute having someone sitting next to you, I'm sure, as well now.
I know. I know. And I hadn't even gone in and seen Kyle's new setup until a few days before I switched. So, and all the tech and everything about it, I just was a big shock. And I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to be sitting. Like, yeah, it's amazing what they've built in such a short time, but I'm absolutely still getting used to it. Like, and when you're 4 hours a day doing the show, there's not that much time to sort of get comfortable and explore and figure other things out.
Definitely not scrolling on Instagram, that's for sure.
And it's all on video now. So I've even seen comments of people saying, "Oh, Brooklyn's on his phone. Is he not paying attention?"
You're researching, okay? Got to see the breaking news. All right. So awesome. So you decide you're going with Kyle. How do you tell Kiss that you're leaving? Email? Do you call? I assume it's DB.
Yeah. I can't say too much about about what went on there, just out of contracts and stuff. But they were super, super nice to me and definitely wanted me to stay. And it was, there's so many good people there. Like, it was really tough leaving. And when on the Friday walking out, and Croat Nat was there, and I had to tell her, and we both started crying. It's like it's been such a traumatic time, and I certainly feel like I have this new excitement that just suddenly switched on. But others at ARN have that like tough slog ahead now. So I'm definitely aware of that, and I know that feeling, that FOMO feeling, is what I had. I absolutely get it. But yeah, their ARN has heaps of stuff planned, and they're moving on. Like, they have to figure out their future now. So yeah, I'm actually really, really grateful for how they how accommodating they were to me just getting up and leaving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone loves you, Brooklyn. You're just so lovable. So a lot of fans are asking, I've asked the fans this questions for you, and everybody is asking about Jackie.
Yeah.
They want to know, have you spoken to her? Like, did you tell her you're going to go over with Kyle?
Yep, I did tell her, and I didn't. It was tough. It was a bit tough, like, just because I didn't know her reaction, and that she is such a great friend of mine, and we're so close. But she came back and she said that she's supportive of my career, and if that was where I thought was the best option, and she can understand, like, she sees it, the reasons why, she said that, go for it. So yeah, I just love her so much. And like I said, she really, I think, has copped a bit of unnecessary heat for this idea that she purposefully brought down that show. Like, that actually wasn't her intention at all. So yeah, I hope we can. Yeah, one of the things she said was that she wants us to stay as close as we always have. I'm like, of course, Jackie. There's no question.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I do feel for her, and we all miss her. And
a lot of people talk about Jackie, and I want her to tell her own story. And she will one day, of course, and it's tough at the moment. But yeah, I mean, Jackie is amazing. She will eventually say it all, and it's like, I don't want to talk for her. Like, that'll be a great day when we finally do get to hear it all from her.
Yeah. Oh, you're making me emotional. It'll be so good. And I mean, I can feel the emotion in your voice about how much you love her. Like, it's so, so beautiful. And I get it, like, as well, in radio, we're all family, like, you become family with these people. So I fully get it. And so, do you think she'll ever come on to KS Live? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, Bella. I don't know. I did ask her if she'd been invited on as the first guest. And I don't think it's quite there yet. Maybe one day, but maybe never. Honestly, I don't know. And I just think it's so much. It's just for her to say, like, it's I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you think intern Pete will come over? What's the story there?
I don't know that either. I mean, I think he's pretty having a lot of fun with Christian O'Connell.
Yeah.
You know, Peter has these fantastic skills. It just seems like he brings the carny, right? And on Kyle and Jack, he was painted as the annoying one, and he would, get himself into trouble. But like in terms of radio and what he brings to a radio show is just out of this world. Like he's so valuable. The amount of attention he can bring to a show, and he will just do anything. And behind the scenes as well, like the stuff he can do with clients is incredible. So yeah, I mean, I think he's absolutely thriving where he is, and he's found a new challenge, and I'm super happy for him. So I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
One more question before we wrap things, Brooklyn. Can you guys see the chat on the app while you're on air?
You're going to have to explain something to me right now, right? Because it's pretty hectic in there, like I said, and I'm very new and I don't really know. Is the chat the same as just the like community page where people post? Or is there a separate like live chat?
Yes. So there's a comment section. And then when you guys are live, there's like a little, so you've got like your rectangle screen with you live. And then underneath,
Are there
there's
comments on there?
live
I've
comments.
never seen it. I didn't even know that really existed. What goes on in there, Bella?
You got to go behind enemy lines. No, not enemy, but so you just, what I would do if I was you is bring up the app while you're on air, turn your volume down on your phone. And then,
is it just like flooded with comments all the time?
like literally every second there's a comment, like what they think of what someone said, or like, we love you, Brooklyn, or like it is like one of the best features of the app.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, I'm missing out. Because I don't even know. Can once the show's ended, do those just all disappear? You can't see
I
them?
think so. Yeah, because then the live box goes away, and then obviously the recorded version gets posted. So
Yeah.
I can come give you guys a tutorial if you'd like.
That would be fun. Are you a big commenter in there?
Not really.
Come on, Bella.
I'm more of like I've got a 4-year-old, so I'm running around the kitchen listening to you guys and doing all the things. But there's a few. Everyone thinks they're a tech expert in there. Is all I'll say. You need to turn the audio down on the songs. You can't hear Kyle.
Trust me, we know. We're trying. Yeah, there's. You know what? I think because Kyle wants to bring the vibe of the show as it was, and that includes producers buzzing in and everyone's scattered around the office, and then he's got the couch where there are interviews happening. It's so probably overly complex for a live TV stream, right? Like, it would have went a lot smoother if it was just Kyle, like sort of sitting in front of a camera by himself.
Yeah.
But there's so much to it. So, and he's really like, he's bit off so much that he wants it to be so good. And so like, we'll get there, but, and Kyle didn't want to, delay at all. Like, it's like, let's go, we'll figure it out. And I love the strategy. Like, it's just chaos and people are on the journey with us. And, even just like, today we had a different system of playing the songs out and playing like video grabs on air, and it kind of worked, but kind of shut itself again. So, it's, I don't know, it's such a exciting environment. Yeah. But we're very aware of the tech issues. Don't worry.
I don't think people
All
understand
advice is
though.
welcome.
Like when you talk about a radio studio, that's like an $11 million, like you're talking months of work. And like, I love that you guys pressed play before it was ready, because we wanted you back, and like we've got you back now, and we're so grateful. But like the tech issues are I reckon that's half the fun. Like that is real
Yeah.
life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like every morning you go in and it's like a whole new setup. And that's like, oh, that program wasn't working. So we're going with this program and everyone has to learn it all over again. And then, of course, no one really knows how to use it. So it's such a dynamic environment.
Wow. How's Kyle feeling though? He seems like his energy is just like, he seems so happy to be back.
Yeah, he really is. You know, when the show's on, he'll, as always, throws in a bit of, you know, oh, what's this kind of, but that's just his vibe. But off air, you know, he's so calm and excited and positive. It's like it's given him a new lease on life. Like to just enjoy just being there. Like, I think when they had the 10-year deal, it was locked in 10-year deal at the best radio network and with the nicest studios. And now it's like, is this thing going to get to air tomorrow? Is this thing going to, stay profitable? All these extra things. And it just brings this joy back to radio. It's like going in when we started in community radio, like you're just going in because you just want to make it work and you love it. Like because all the corporate stuff has kind of been taken out. It's just, let's do this because we really want it to work and for people to enjoy it. So that's so nice. And you can definitely see that from Kyle.
Oh, can see it from all of you. You just can feel the passion coming through. And that's what I love. So thank you, Brooklyn. You're amazing.
Thank you,
so glad you're
Bella. I'm so glad you're doing the podcast. Are you going to, how are you thinking to do the podcast, like reviews of the week or?
Yeah, like obviously I might do like a little interview every week and then maybe like a debrief of like what I thought the biggest moments, and then also maybe like a listener like audio grab of them just saying what they thought about the week or any, ideas, anything that they say, and then kind of doing a little bit of content around that. So
it's so good. We love it. Seriously, love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you came on. You're an absolute pleasure. And good luck for everything. But I'm sure we'll chat again.
Yes, I want to. Just let me know when you need me on again and I'll be here.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
Thanks, Bella.
Will you go enjoy your day? Mwah, and we'll chat soon.
You're listening to the Kyle Cast with your host, Bella Frizzer.